When you hear about sexual harassment in the workplace, often our first thought is a boss or a supervisor. But did you know it can happen from a subordinate? It can happen, and yes, it still counts as illegal harassment. Let's take a look at what a case might look like if someone were in this hypothetical situation. Sarah Thompson was a 44-year-old managing director at a top consulting firm in Washington, D.C. She led one of the firm's highest revenue teams and was a respected figure in the industry. Her standards were very high. Her reputation was spotless, and she expected the same professionalism from everyone she worked with. So when a new hire, Jake, a 28-year-old rising star analyst, started getting inappropriate, Sarah handled it quietly. Jake was charismatic and smart, and he knew it. He would linger after meetings to chat with Sarah and say things like, "You've got that intimidating but hot energy," or "It's rare to meet someone older who still has that kind of presence." Sarah told him clearly but professionally that those comments were out of line. He simply brushed it off. Over the next few weeks, Jake started showing up to meetings he wasn't invited to, sent late-night emails with, quote, strategy ideas peppered with flirtatious language, and joked with coworkers that Sarah had, quote, a thing for him. When Sarah called him out privately and warned him to keep things professional, Jake got defensive and said, "Wow, I didn't realize confidence made you uncomfortable." After that, he became passive-aggressive in team settings, questioning her decisions, interrupting her presentations, and trying to win over other senior leaders with slick pitches that contradicted her directives. Sarah finally went to HR, laid out the timeline, showed the inappropriate messages, and requested that Jake be reassigned or formally warned. HR's response? Quote, "He's new and still learning workplace boundaries. Maybe there's a generational disconnect." And, quote, "Are you sure this isn't just a communication style clash?" What's worse, Jake somehow found out she had reported him. After the HR report, Jake began spreading rumors that Sarah was intimidated by strong men. He emailed leadership questioning her, quote, emotional tone in meetings. A senior partner took her aside and said, "We've had some feedback about how you're handling your team. Don't let this get personal." Within weeks, Sarah was removed from a major account and asked to consider transitioning to a mentorship-focused role, effectively sidelining her from leadership. This is a hostile work environment case with a third-party, non-supervisor, harassment and retaliation. Here's why Sarah would likely win. The conduct was unwelcome, sexualized, and persistent. Sarah reported it, and the company failed to act appropriately. Instead of addressing Jake's behavior, the firm punished Sarah by damaging her position and credibility. The company may argue Jake wasn't a supervisor, but once Sarah reported the conduct, the burden was on the company to fix it. It didn't. What she could recover: compensatory damages for emotional distress and career harm, lost earnings and reputational damage, potential punitive damages if the firm's response was particularly negligent or retaliatory, attorney's fees, and legal costs. Sexual harassment isn't just about power, it's about behavior. And when someone junior to you crosses the line and your company refuses to protect you, they become liable. You shouldn't have to choose between your dignity and your career. If you're being harassed by anyone and your employer won't fix it, you may have a legal case worth pursuing. Visit SpiggleLaw.com to get started with us today or for additional resources.